There's nowhere to hide. I see everything you do.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at games that were announced so long ago and whose development has gone without any substantial updates that it feels like they're never going to come out.
Gods protect us.
But before we dive in, we publish new content all week long. So be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. The Wolf Among Us 2.
There was a time when you were heartless, brutal, a monster.
A sequel to The Wolf Among Us, one of Telltale's most beloved adventures, was announced at Comic-Con in 2017. To say that the studio has hit some rough patches since then would be putting it mildly. Most of its employees were let go in September of 2018, and the studio nearly closed entirely due to financial struggles. LCG Entertainment saved it from the brink of death, reviving development on The Wolf Among Us 2, which was re-announced at the 2019 Game Awards. The plan was to release it in 2023, but a switch to Unreal Engine 4 to 5 caused an indefinite delay. Even more layoffs that same year probably didn't help. In 2024, Telltale denied rumors that the game was canceled, but since we haven't seen anything since a 2022 trailer, the wait is getting painful.
How does the anger manifest itself?
Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic Remake.
That is what the Sith believe. They promise power. Now they wield it.
Knights of the Old Republic remains an incredible foray into the Star Wars universe, and it would be great if we could experience all the quality of life improvements a potential from-the-ground-up remake could give us. Such a thing was announced in 2021 with a brief cinematic teaser, developed by Aspyr for a planned release in 2022 as a timed exclusive for PS5. Unfortunately, it was delayed indefinitely, with a report from Bloomberg claiming this was due to gameplay not being up to snuff. Aspyr would later be replaced by Saber Interactive, but then in 2024, Saber split from its parent company, Embracer Group, moving under Beacon Interactive, created by Saber's own co-founder. We've yet to see an actual shred of this game, and it's starting to feel like we never will. Little Devil Inside. Kickstarter is a great source for indie developers to use. Indeed, when Little Devil Inside was announced via the platform, it got a lot of attention, but that was a decade ago. NeoStream Interactive initially planned to release the game in fall of 2016, but a change in scale caused the team to push it back. We've gotten several trailers since then, as well as release dates that have come and gone without an actual release. The latest update came in early 2024, only after whispers of a possible cancellation. NeoStream listed various reasons for the delays: internal struggles, downsizing, and a switch to Unreal Engine 5. Little Devil Inside seems like a unique experience, but after 10 years of development time, it's only natural to feel like we'll never actually play it. BioShock 4.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him.
The BioShock games are must-plays if you enjoy compelling, story-driven shooters. But after creator Ken Levine left the series and fired most staff at developer Irrational Games, publisher 2K began to explore other options. A new studio was founded, Cloud Chamber, in 2019 to create BioShock 4. It's been a good long while with barely any news to go off of. Most recently, it isn't anything good. In August of 2025, Bloomberg reported the game failed an internal review, the studio head was let go, and that the narrative was, quote, particularly in need of improvement. In response, the CEO of Take-Two, 2K's parent company, has promised that the game won't be canceled no matter what. But honestly, we aren't holding our breath.
I'm fine.
You were dreaming. You kept saying your daughter's name, Sally.
She's not my daughter.
System Shock 3.
Run, rodent, run. You won't get far.
Even the series that inspired BioShock is in trouble. System Shock 3 was announced in late 2015 with developer Otherside Entertainment, made up of people who worked on the original games. A gameplay trailer in 2019 looked promising, but the positivity wouldn't last long. That same year, the game ran into funding issues with publisher Starbreeze, which then left the project. Chinese conglomerate Tencent acquired the rights to publish new games in the series in 2020, and since then, things get fuzzy. Otherside dropped out, and we've yet to hear from Tencent if the game has been cancelled or if another studio picked up where the developer left off. A remake of the first game was released in 2023, but as Tencent had nothing to do with that, who knows? Routine.
Feeling hungry? Don't you to the canteen for a delicious serving of space snacks?
This game has been in development for so long, it's moved across 3 versions of the Unreal Engine. Routine was announced at Gamescom 2012. It got a lot of people excited due to it looking like a tense survival horror game where you investigate a decrepit base on the moon. While developer Lunar Software planned to release it the following year, that clearly didn't happen due to a number of reasons, including financial difficulties. The studio went silent in 2017 and even paused development, unhappy with its direction. It was re-announced in 2022 at the Summer Game Fest and has since gone silent again. Will we ever play this game? Only time will tell. Star Citizen.
Hey, it's your girl Molly, vibing with my new Crusader crew. Hashtag besties, hashtag sponsored.
The case of Star Citizen is a unique and well-documented one. The multiplayer sci-fi juggernaut was announced in 2012 via Kickstarter, drawing a ton of attention and funding, and it was actually released in early access in 2017. However, it has still never received a full release, and it feels like it never will. As of April 2025, it's brought in over $800 million in crowdfunding and in-game purchases from early access players, like new ships. This has drawn a fair amount of negativity from the gaming community. That's not to mention Squadron 42, a single-player game set in the same universe that was planned to release in 2014, but didn't get its first gameplay shown until 2024. Deep Down.
My useless magic could have me porking loins in the old market for 1/10 the hassle of your empty venture.
Cast your minds back to the reveal of the PlayStation 4, and you may remember seeing a dungeon crawler from Capcom called Deep Down. It seemed promising with its procedural generation and the ability to play with up to 3 others online. Capcom planned to release it in 2014, but an expanded scope caused it to be pushed back. And then, nothing. Producer Yoshinori Ono commented on it in 2019, stating that it wasn't canceled, just put on hold since the original development team had disbanded. A report from Video Games Chronicle in 2020 claimed it was in a near-complete state when this happened. It has still never been canceled, and maybe Capcom will revisit it someday, but that seems unlikely. Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
Right, now
I think I might have found a kindred spirit.
Hey, Goldilocks, here I come! How about we relax with little...
Not to be confused with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which was released by Capcom in 2012, Bandai Namco planned to release its own version of a crossover that has still yet to come to pass. Where the former featured the 2D gameplay of Street Fighter, Bandai Namco's would have been more in line with its 3D Tekken arenas. It was announced at the same time as Capcom's Fighter at Comic-Con in 2010. Longtime director and producer for the Tekken series, Katsuhiro Harada, has spoken on it multiple times over the years, stating that its incomplete status was due to things like not wanting to split the 2 communities or resources between the 2 studios. It's been on hold since 2016, where it was 30% complete. Harada stated in 2021 that they were still waiting for the right opportunity, but it has long since felt like that opportunity is never going to come.
Well, hello there. We've been waiting. Let's have a good fight.
Beyond Good and Evil 2. The poster child for games in development hell, Beyond Good and Evil 2 literally holds the record for longest development period of a AAA game. Originally announced in 2008, the game was put on hold so Ubisoft Montpellier could work on Rayman Legends. Everyone assumed the game was dead until it was re-revealed at E3 2017. Things seemed to be going well. We got a look at gameplay and some teasers about the story. But then the game vanished once again. In 2020, creator and director Michel Ancel left the studio. And while Ubisoft was dealing with widespread sexual misconduct allegations, news of Ancel's abusive and disorderly management style came to light, which reportedly caused delays. The creative director, Emile Morel, passed away suddenly in 2023, and while Ubisoft's controversies and financial troubles have continued to mount over recent years, Beyond Good and Evil 2 has barely gotten any updates. Seriously, we're starting to think it's cursed.
Jade.
What game have you given up hope will ever be released? Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you next time.